Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Hi, how you doing? You doing okay? Because we have a lot to talk about. I want you to sit down and freaking relax. And let's all hope that Greg Mannarino doesn't have a meltdown. I already feel my blood boiling, but that's okay. So yes, Thursday, August 11th, 2022. You know, let's start off with this market today because a phenomenon occurred. I know you're paying attention to it. And you're laughing. What am I talking about? Well, let's start off with how this lovely day began. Stocks higher across the board. 10-year yield around 2.78, 2.79. Now, for some mysterious reason, very mysterious reason, 10-year yield started climbing throughout the day. We finished at just about 2.9. As that 10-year yield was rising, what happened to the stock market? It started to sell off. I'm glad this happened. Again, the market wants to see the 10-year yield lower. I've covered this to the point of literal nauseam here. Market seems to like the 10-year yield around 2.79 or lower. We went above that. What does it mean? What does it mean when the 10-year yield is rising like that? It means bonds are selling off. When bonds sell off, rates go up, the market goes, what's happening? Instability in the debt market. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. What did we hear just yesterday from Citigroup? Their warning of illiquidity in the debt market. Can I please get a duh or maybe a double duh? The whole system is insolvent. The whole system is illiquid. The whole system is twisted every which way you can think about it. And it gets worse than that. Oh, you know what? Let's touch on that. I don't know how many of you caught this, but I want you to see this for yourself. President Biden, our very nice, illustrious president, said that in July, there was zero inflation. Now, I don't think he did this by accident or because he's an imbecile. It's a deception. It's a deceptive move meant to deceive people. Again, the man has legions of people who are loyal to him. Believe me, I hear from them all the time. When I say something bad about President Biden or I post something, believe me, I get attacked. My email box just lights up, death threats and everything else. So, President Biden wants you to believe, zero inflation. And he said it came right out of his mouth. What I'm going to do, just so you know I'm not making this stuff up, right down here in the description of this video is a link to a video where he's trying to convince you that inflation was zero, despite everything else that's going on, despite the fact that, every agency on the face of the earth here is talking about surging inflation, although it came in better than expected over the last 2 days. But according to Biden, it's zero. Watch the freaking video. People, when I tell you that you can't make this stuff up, I say it every day. It's impossible to do. So, there's a lot of people that are going to say, oh, the man is an imbecile, he's mentally deranged. No, this is deliberate. He's trying to deceive you. It's a deceptive move, because some people are going to believe it because that's what they want to hear. Inflation was zero. President's doing a great job. Our economy is booming. That's the narrative. He even said that. Our economy is strong. Couldn't be further from the truth. Our economy is in collapse, just like the rest of the world economy being driven deliberately that way via the action of central banks. Now, going back here to the sell-off here in the debt market where we watched that 10-year yield spike. If that continues, what's going to happen? You tell me. You just watch. You just saw it happen. If the 10-year yield will continue to rise in an uncontrolled fashion, we witnessed this several weeks ago, the stock market will crater. But I believe, and I want to hear from you, again, do you think the Fed is going to allow the 10-year yield to rise in an uncontrolled fashion, or are they going to start to buy more? Much more. Greg Mannarino's take, the Fed is going to buy much, much more because that is what they want to do. What's the goal of every single central bank? You know what it is if you follow this blog, to inflate. And they do this working with presidents that seem like they're imbeciles, but they're trying to deceive you. So he's not that stupid. He's smart enough to know how to do it, okay? And everybody else here are politicians working with the Federal Reserve to continue to inflate, to create reasons, to pull cash out of the future. They're going to make stuff up and try to sell it to you. Like, for example, spending nearly $400 billion is going to lower inflation via the Inflation Reduction Act and every other thing they want to throw in front of you, okay? It's all a lie. It's all a distraction. It's all a deception, period. And nothing ever happens in politics by accident, like Mar-a-Lago, okay? I see a lot of you are catching on to this. What's going on? Look here. Don't look over here. Anyway, so going back to the market real quick, let's keep our eye on that 10-year yield. You know that. I know for a fact that you're watching this today and you're laughing. And you're laughing. You're smiling. You said, this is what Greg says. Look, here it's in our face. It's actually happening here. So on the back of that 10-year yield selling off, rising because debt is selling off here. It's going to get bought up by the Fed. Market finished. The NASDAQ took the biggest hit today, nothing major. S&P 500, slight loss. I think the Dow actually had a slight gain. Nothing major going on here. But we did reverse from earlier where stocks were higher across the board. Silver got hit pretty good today. Okay. Gold got hit too, but not as bad. Bitcoin hovering around 24,000. Crude oil. Crude oil put on a nice gain today. And do you know why? Well, let me read this to you in case you don't know here. Oil output halted at 3 Gulf of Mexico platforms on a pipeline outage. Are you surprised to hear that too? Really? They won't allow it. Crude oil must be kept high. When crude falls, people die. False flag events occur. Refinery fires, bombings, pipeline shutdowns. And here, it's 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. 3 lovely Gulf of Mexico platforms here. Can't make this stuff up, people, but that's really what it's all about, honestly. Let me ask you something real quick while we're on this whole thing of cash being created out of thin air and funneled. I'm still waiting for some kind of a public outcry as tech companies are receiving tens of billions of dollars out of this Inflation Reduction Act. Okay, it's not going to reduce anything. In fact, it's guaranteeing more inflation. But so just help me out with this one. So corporations here under President Biden, they're getting tens of billions of dollars. I'm talking about tech companies here. What kind of relief is being given to the average guy and the average girl? How about zero? How about none? But you see, no people out in the street, nobody revolting. Everyone's told to look over here, get pissed off at what's going on here. Don't worry about anything else. That's what they do. It's a mind screw. It's a psyop. Everything is a psyop here. They got people by the throat, and they have them under absolute control. They're telling you where to look and how long to look at it. For example, let's just look at Mar-a-Lago here. All right, got a lot of people up in arms. Okay, so that's what it was designed to do. Divide and conquer, get people aggravated, get them angry, get them to focus on something pretty big, okay? So while they pull off something else in the background here. Now they're going to draw people's attention to, let's say, Mar-a-Lago, because that's in the headlines right now, by floating other things out here. Justice Department is doing this and this is doing that, all to keep you focused or keep those people that can't break out of that mindset. They can't do it. It's impossible. They know that. They just, they react kind of like an animal. They don't think. They're like, oh, okay, look, I got to focus on this instead of looking at what's happening to them. It doesn't matter what's happening to them. All they care about is what's happening to, let's say, one single person, in this case, former President Trump or President Trump, however you want to look at it, okay? But that's the game they play, just like these oil pipelines, just this issue here, sending crude higher after we found out that OPEC said, oh, we're expecting the demand for crude oil to fall. As soon as they said that, all of a sudden, we get this issue here with the pipeline. And crude goes higher. They won't allow it. That's the game. How many times have you heard this guy explain to you that nothing is what it seems to be. Nothing is. You can't take anything at face value. You gotta dissect everything that is fist-fed to you via the mainstream propaganda. Why are they telling you something? Why are they trying to get you to look over here? What I do, honestly, all the time, when I hear a big story come out, whatever it might be, I immediately say to myself, okay, they want me to look at this. They want me to focus on this. They want me to get angry about it. What else is going on? What do they not want me to look at or focus on? You understand? If you adopt that kind of a mindset, you're going to actually have a much better perspective on what's going on. Because nothing is what it seems to be. It never is in this environment of lies and propaganda and distortions and deceptions and look here and don't look over there. It's been like this for a very long time. I can promise you it's going to get much worse here. So I was just writing some of this stuff down here. I pretty much covered what I wanted, and I want to hear from you. And honestly, so when you finish with this video, like I said, in the description of this video, there is a link to Joe Biden, President Bidenstein, as in Frankenstein, Mummy Man, whatever you want to call him. Okay, I have names for everyone. I just like it. It makes me feel good. I want you to listen to him tell you how there is zero inflation in July and how strong our economy is. I want you to hear it for yourself. Okay, don't take Greg Mannarino's word for any freaking thing. All right. In this case, I want you to watch that. I want you to comment. Do you think that? Look at his body language. Listen to the way he's saying things here, his expressions on his face as he's talking to you, trying to convince you that there's zero inflation. I know it's laughable. It's beyond belief here, honestly. But it's a bold-faced lie. And he's trying to convince you of it that what you're seeing, yet again, is not real. Because, of course, he's doing the greatest job. You know that because he's telling you he is. And there are many, many, many people that are going to believe that. And that's just the way it is. All right, people, look. So with that said, I'm going to let you go, but I have a big announcement here. Today, Thursday here, this is the last video I'm doing for the whole week. I'm taking a few days off. I need to just take a few days off, okay? You're not going to see me until Monday or Tuesday. Monday, maybe Tuesday. Definitely Tuesday. Monday, maybe. Okay, we'll see how it plays out. So with that said, people, we're going to end this video like we end every video at the end of every week, okay? Because I can't do it like I usually do. So bring it in and remember what I'm going to tell you. You ready? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. Please be safe this weekend, all of you. Ponder the things I speak about and spoke about in this video, all my videos. But, you know, kind of like get out of it for a bit. You know, give your mind a break a little bit. I don't know about you, but this stuff, it poisons my freaking soul sometimes. I can't tell you how badly it gets to me sometimes. It really does. I'm sure it gets to you too. How could it not? But again, be safe. Love you a lot. Comment. Share the video. I'll see you Monday or Tuesday. We'll figure it out. Okay? And, well, that's all. I'm out of here.